Hey guys, Marmalada here. We got the patch with Italy, finally. I didn't test Italy much, so I don't know about Italy yet, but I want to just test it properly and see how good it is, and then I will make a video about it. But with this patch we also have some balance changes, so I just want to go through the balance changes and tell you what I think. And yeah, let's start. So other than new country as Italy, we also have new unit for Japan. It's a motorcycle with mortar unit. I didn't test it yet, but I can imagine it will be more mobile version of mortar. I don't know if it can shoot and drive in the same time, or if it has to stop. But it's better than nothing, right? Maybe Japan can do something with that unit. I doubt it, but maybe. I don't know. I have to test it. And then, yeah, the patch note says that they are redesigning siege technique again. But then there is nothing about it in the patch, so I have no idea what it means. In the past, they changed it that there is like in the center of the radius, it deals the maximum damage, and then it's weaker towards the circle. And I don't know why and how they're gonna change it, but it would be nice to have some explanation about this. All mechanical units now have a destroyed model after death. I think it's completely unnecessary. Like, I don't understand why they are investing money and time into things that are not even important. Like, work selection has so many problems, so many issues, but they are investing money into new models, like some effects nobody asked for. Like, okay, maybe tank now is destroyed in some nicer way, but it's not like game breaking. But when you try to build a wall and there is always a gap, that's a real issue. So maybe fix that. Also, work on AI, please. The AI of the workers is just tragic. It's just so bad. Like, you want to send the worker to the wood line next to your warehouse, and it just goes to a completely different point, and then it travels like for 20 seconds to the warehouse. It makes absolutely no sense. So please work on important stuff and not on some models or, I don't know, after death effects. Nobody cares, okay? Nobody cares. Nobody ever complained about destruction of the tanks, that the effect is not nice enough. Nobody. So please focus on important topics. All right. Let's go through the actual balance changes. So there is nothing for the Stone Age. That we have Early Europe, which they translate to like Bronze Age Europe. So Horseman attack interval increased from 1.5 to 1.7. Europe horses were buffed in the previous batch, and they are okay. They are good at the moment, but this can seem to make them weaker, but not really, because the thing that makes them the good is not the attack speed, it's the damage. Because imagine like this: horses are here to kill workers, no other reason really, and you attack the worker, and then the workers start to move, and you need to move your horse for a second, and then you attack again. So the change of the attack speed is not such a big deal, at least for me. It's a nerf, but not a big deal. I think horses will continue to be good. There is a similar nerf to Asian horses, and this is absolute joke. Like, nobody used them. They are so bad compared to European horses. And they are bad for two reasons. First, the armor upgrade. Asia gets the armor upgrade in Iron Age, while Europe is getting the upgrade in Bronze Age. And the damage upgrade takes only 1 minute for Europe, and it takes 2 minutes for Asia. And you also need to unlock them, and then you need to wait to get them to the queue. So nobody is using them in Bronze Age or Iron Age because it's so much better to just wait to Medieval and upgrade them to Ronins. So this nerf is complete joke. Like, nobody was using these horses, and now they are even nerfing them. And this shows how stupid Roman is, or WoW. How stupid WoW is. He doesn't understand that nobody was using this unit before, and now he's nerfing it. Absolute joke. Okay, then we have Western Europe, which is like medieval Europe. Morgenstern, increase armor, and increase move speed. Nobody is using this unit, and the reason is that it dies to cheapest archers in the game. So if you are playing like, I don't know, Asia or East Europe, and you just spam archers, and your enemy would be making these Morgenstern units, which are super expensive, by the way, and you need like royal barracks for them. They just die to normal archers. They are too slow and their armor is too low. And those buffs, it's completely irrelevant. Like 5 movement speed and 0.2 armor, absolute joke. This change nothing. This is just, I don't know. It's more like provocation. This is not. I don't know. I am speechless, really. Like, if somebody wants to make them good, you would need to increase armor to like 11 average armor. To like 11 to match them with like Langsknecht or squads. But 4 armor, that's like swordsman. So it's basically worst version of swordsman, slower version of swordsman, but it costs like 3 times more, and it's not Iron Age, it's medieval unit. It's a complete joke. Like, wow, if you are listening to this video or watching this video, I don't know, can you explain why are you doing this? You need to like triple buff it like this, and then maybe it will be useful. Crossbowman, increase armor. Again, it will have 0 effect in the game. Like, you are increasing armor by half of the point, like 0.5. It makes no difference. If it would go from 2 to 5, then maybe, but this is no difference. Only reason why people would be making crossbowman, it's only reason why people would be making crossbowman is to counter some heavily armored units, and this is just not change it. Like, why would you spend 100 wood on crossbowman just because armor is better? You will never ever make it in other situation than facing Langsknecht, squads, heavy knights. Yeah, it's pointless to increase armor, really. Then we have similar changes for Eastern Europe. Fun fact, Eastern Europe is like 3 times better than Western Europe. And even the worst unit, Pernach, is better than Morgenstern. Like, if you compare the armor, it's a big difference actually. And okay, move speed is the same. But can somebody explain to me why Pernach has more armor than Morgenstern? Why? Like, why? And then the same change to crossbowman. So, very disappointed with Western European changes. I am really pushing the idea to heavily buff production speed of Western Europe. Western Europe is a faction which, once you lose your army, you will not remake it until you or your enemy's IR. It takes so much fucking time to make units. It's 40 seconds for one longbow for Western Europe, and it's 18 seconds for Eastern Europe. I get the point that the Eastern European archer is weaker, but it also costs much less. And none of them can deal any damage to the buildings or workers actually. So it doesn't make any sense. It's not important that they kill each other or that the longbows can kill normal archers faster. It's completely irrelevant because it will not affect the game. What will affect the game is who is faster to IR, who has better siege, and who can produce more units. And that's why Western Europe is just, I don't know, maybe 40% of power of Eastern Europe. The difference in power or the balance is just completely off. And I have no idea how to show this to developers because they are completely blind to this fact. And they are blind because noobs love to play Western Europe because they see, oh, the units are super expensive, so they must be good, and there is this big castle with 4 archers. That's so cool. And then there is the trebuchet unit. So cool unit. Oh my god, I want to play it. But it's complete horse shit. Do you understand it? It's so weak. You are wasting ton of resources on nothing. And most of the games that I play in team games, Western European players are still medieval and everybody else is IR. And then they are crying for help and they leave and they go to uninstall it. That's how it goes. And I really don't know how to explain this to WoW. I tried again, and I tried again, but he is so stupid that he will never understand it. And I am beyond any politeness at this point. Like that, he is stupid. He's not smart enough. It's very sad, it's unfortunate for the game, but he is arrogant and he's not smart. That's the problem of the balance. He can be perfect coder, we all know that he is not, but he is not good at balancing units. He's terrible at that, at it. So please move this responsibility to somebody else, somebody who is actually playing the game. Okay, that's short rant. Let's continue. Eastern Asia, rocket cannon, reduce dispersion. So that's a buff. So now they will hit more often, 1% difference. I think it's completely irrelevant, but I need to test it a little bit, but I think nobody will see the difference. Then there is a buff to turtle ship. Nobody was using turtle ship, by the way. The battleship is 10 times better. So they are increasing HP and they are reducing armor. So now it will more likely to die to non-cannon ships. I don't know. Those changes feels completely random to me. Completely. Like, problem of the turtle ship was never the HP or armor. The problem was that it deals no damage. It cannot hit the target and it deals no damage. It has super low range. They are addressing something that it's not a problem and they are ignoring the problem. So, I don't know, completely irrelevant changes to Eastern Asia. Then we have in India, increasing armor of Fury of Durga. Ugh, I don't even know what to say about this. Like, I don't understand why. Like, now it will be more tanky to MSG units. Does it really matter? It really doesn't. Because if you are at least a little bit smart, you will keep them behind the fight. And you will be just sending the tigers. So the armor of the vehicle is completely irrelevant. Maybe now you can like send them behind enemy towers, I don't know, and harass eco with just tigers, I don't know. But you could do it before, like difference between 13 to 14 is not such a big deal. Okay, then we have Germany. Flamethrower average armor increase from 3 to 5.4. Finally, one good change. And this is, by the way, something that I am pushing to WoW forever. In every balance suggestion that I sent to him since like 2022, there was to buff armor of the basic flamethrower. So finally he did it, but this is just not enough. Like I suggested like 10 armor, not 5.4. It's better than nothing, of course, but it's not enough. They will continue to kill each other, and it's just funny how friendly fire from your own units will kill them. So if you make like 10 of them and they will go like in one line, they will kill each other fairly quickly. And I don't know, it's a good change, but I would love to see maybe 8 armor. Maybe 10 would be too much, but maybe 8 armor would be okay. So they still kill each other, but not so quickly. But now they are still dying to mass archers. The range is not super good. Still, like the IR1 version of flamethrower it's useless basically. It's useless, and then you have to micromanage to upgrade them to armored version, and that costs a lot of iron, and Germany really needs the iron for Bertas. It's just, I don't know, it's not good. Like I love the unit, but the usefulness or the usage of the unit, it's very clunky. It's like you want to use them, but you really cannot use them. Because how many games you go IR2 as Germany? If you manage to go IR2 as Germany, it's either a super noob game or you already won at that point. But it's better than nothing. It's better to have them with 5 armor than 3 armor. Well, then we have buffs to Russia. So last patch was we had nerfs to Russia, and I was quite happy about that because they didn't really buff other countries, but they nerfed Russia a little bit. And next patch, which is this one, we already have buffs to Russia. So they are increasing the interval for partisans. So this is a nerf, but very, very small nerf. The power of partisans is not really about attack speed. The power of partisans is that you are getting free unit that can work as a meat shield because it has a short range, so it goes to the front of the fight, and they can actually destroy buildings or kill some mid-armored units like machine gun elephants or something like that. But mainly it's a meat shield. It's a cheap meat shield that you send to the front of the army, and you are shooting with DS from behind or with other units. And you can quickly go to max population to 250 with Russia with help of partisans. So the attack speed is not really relevant. And they are increasing the armor, which is also not really relevant. So partisans, it doesn't matter, those changes. But then we have some major buffs to tanks, both of the Russian tanks. So they are actually, well, they are increasing the interval between shots, but again, like they are changing from 9 to 9.1. Like you will never notice, but you will notice 20 damage difference or 15 damage difference in this case. So they are both getting some buffs. It's not huge, but you will notice this. If you have 10 tanks and they all shoot with 140, you will see the difference from 120. So I don't understand why they are buffing Russia. Again, it's just, I know that tanks were not so used, but they are not used for all of the countries, not just Russian tanks. And okay, they are buffing those tanks, but why they are not buffing the version of those tanks for China from the trade center? It makes no sense. I don't know. I just don't. Maybe it's just me, but I have zero understanding of those changes. Like, where is it coming from? Why are they not buffing French tanks or Polish tanks or I don't know what other tanks we have? Like the abstract tanks. What about them? Oh my god. And then we have Poland, Saboteur, movement speed increase from 50 to 55. I have almost 8,000 hours in war selection and I have never made or I have never seen Saboteur as a unit in the game. Never ever. I don't even know what it does. It's so irrelevant that let's call me as a player with most hours. That's probably not true, but one of the top players with most hours have no idea what this unit is. Isn't it funny? That's the level of irrelevancy of the Saboteur. And it's very similar to German, the little tank unit. I have also never seen that unit in the game. I have zero idea how it looks, what it does. It's so useless. That's a definition of useless. If somebody who has 7.7 thousand hours in the game, that he has never seen that unit. That's really funny. Anyway, that's all for the list. So not so many changes. I'm super disappointed that there are no quality of life changes. By the way, I was personally asking WoW like 10 times, are you going to add that button to cancel production of selected buildings? He said maybe. Go talk to Loopy. So I went to Loopy and I asked him, Loopy, are you going to add it? Finally, everybody wants it. He said, maybe, but go ask WoW. So I went back to WoW, I asked again, he said maybe. And of course it's not here. So they will just never do what people want, but they will redesign like siege technique 20 times. They will add some model after death. Sorry guys, but I'm so disappointed. Like, I'm happy that we got a new country, have fun with Italy. I will probably hate it because it's coming from West Europe, which I honestly hate. It's such a boring faction, it's so slow, with no good units. But yeah, have fun. I get it. I even get it why they put it to the West Europe. Like, it would be much better fitting to East Europe, but now we have how many countries for West Europe? We have 4 useless countries for West Europe. That's just great. And by useless I mean not viable in like serious game. But yeah, have fun with Italy. There is a lot of new units. That's the only positive that I can see. That they didn't like refurbish the old units. So that's good. But I tested some of them and they seem to be pretty bad. But I need to test them more. So it will be separate video about Italy quite soon. And by the way, because Italy was released today, now I will go and make the giveaway where I promised to give away 2 copies of Italy and 2 other coupons. So I'm gonna get the people who subscribed and commented under the giveaway video, and yeah, select the winners. But there will be also a separate video about this, probably tomorrow or on Saturday. Alright guys, that's all for the video. Sorry for being so negative, but I just don't see any positives here, unfortunately. And I would really like to see and understand the logic behind those changes, because I just don't see it. Alright, that's all for the video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.